Hello and welcome to this final session in the Fun and Challenge series with Heidi and me, Margarita Cristalotis. And in this session, we're going to summarize what we have experienced during this most interesting week with practices and things that we can do to get more relaxed and have more fun. So, hello and welcome to this final muting myself here. Sorry. That's the delay we're having here. So this was a challenge, okay? And I want to remind everybody who is listening that we have two things. We have conversation on our community, and then you can see the content, the replays on the member site. So that's two simple things to do, and you're going to be sent out a link to that so that you can actually take advantage of it. So now over to Heidi.
Yeah, thank you. I'm here together with Mark today because he is subscribed as a participant, and we want to have him participate too, as well as Elaine. Hello, Elaine. And Scott.
Hello.
Hello, Scott. Very faithful collaborators in these 8 days of fun and relaxation. And, you know, we started out with a real relaxation practice. It was last Sunday. I guided you into a meditation. And this is what many people, especially spiritual people, think about relaxation, that you go into meditation and slowly go into relax. This is one way you can do it. But there is also the other way, as we did all the other times, more or less. We create fun, and by doing something we like doing, we get into our creativity. And this is relaxing in a different way, but this is creating relaxation too. So we did on Monday. Elaine, I'm muting you a little bit. Okay. We did just fun noises. And there was Elaine, essential part. She brought us into laughing. I mean, the noises were funny. I don't know what we did because it's completely spontaneous. But it helped us to enjoy it and enter into laughter. And laughter is one of the most relaxing things we have. You know, we forget everything when we enter into laughter. The body is restructuring itself, the mind is restructuring itself. We get full of, I mean, Elaine, you know it better, how laughter has the effect on ourselves. But when before we were sad or whatever, with laughter, we come into a new state of being. Yeah, this was Monday. And then on Tuesday, we did a translation exercise. But not from one language into the other, but in some sort it is a language, because it was between the language of music into the language of art. And Scott played his songs, and we did our artwork at home, and Margarita showed us during this session what she did, and then in the community, other people showed what they did. They posted it there, and it was really, really, really inspiring. And especially I want to have a shout out to Kim. She posted wonderful things there. Then on Wednesday, there was, let's say, a constellation. Margarita sort of analyzed me in putting gems in a way that would give a picture of my, let's say, problem. It was not a real problem. It was more looking out into the future. And so she created this wonderful picture, and I hope she inspired many of you to just play with the colors of stones and the forms in which stones can be gathered together. And you will see it too. There are many pictures in the community too about that. Then we had Thursday, an open session for everybody, because Thursday is our normal connections day with our normal transmissions of connections. And we had the title Bring Sound and Rhythm into Your House. And there was again Elaine and Scott. And we played with all sorts of things, you know. It was very inspiring too. And how can you make music? You don't need to have learned an instrument. You know, an instrument can be everywhere. It can be like 2 pieces of wood, there can be glasses, there can be everything as instruments. If you have learned an instrument, I mean, good, very good, you know, but you don't have to get stopped and think, oh no, I have first to learn 3 years before I can make music. You can make music when you cook and with a fork go on your pots and try out when the pot is half full or it's completely full, what is the difference of sound, and do all these experiments. And we did this on Thursday. And then on Friday, we did music and dance. And there was again Scott with his guitar. And we had 2 dancers here in our house in Paradiso Integrale in Umbria, in Italy. And they danced on the music of Scott, and in the same time Margarita danced with her fingers and her hands on screen in the little film strip thumbnail. And then in the second part the dancers moved and I sang or used my voice to create the music or create the soundtrack to what they were moving. Yeah, this was the second part. Okay, and yesterday, Saturday, we did conversations without words. And this was especially wonderful. First, we did one talking after the other. Talking, I mean, singing, sounding, whatever you want to name it. And then at the end, we did real conversations expressing certain emotions. And you were asked to find out which emotions we expressed. And I think it was not too difficult because we picked the emotions which were, I think, quite clear, wasn't it? So we invite you, if you haven't watched all these sessions or we have missed one or the other of them, go back and see it. And we collect all these sessions in a membership site where afterwards Margarita will talk about it. I see, Margarita, you are sharing photos. Would you like to do that?
Jeez. And I will see how this works.
Okay.
And here we have Scott, for example, with his drum, and you know, he's very enthusiastic. And then we have Elaine here with the glass that making sound. This was really, really cool. And then you know, then I had my famous picture here with the castagnettes. Yeah, and then we'll see what we had. And then the dancing. I don't think I could do the GIF because it's taking up too much bandwidth. And you could see here how the dancers was working around. And then here we have Elaine again with the bottle and the sounds. Okay, let's come out of there and then go further. And then we had Mark in there, and then I took the picture there on them because they look so happy. Yeah, nice, and then we have Scott again, who's making, you know, the sound things that goes from one to the other, the third person, and then yeah, and then we had a little fun here with Elaine painting on her face.
Yeah, that was in the green room actually.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
captured on the recordings, but
Yeah.
draw is a really fun thing to play with in
Okay, so
Hangout.
that's some of the pictures that we had, and if you want to see the pictures, all the pictures, go to the membership site because and the community, because we have the conversation right there, and you can see all the pictures on there. So what's the next thing we're going to talk about, Heidi?
We would like to know what was the most inspiring thing. And first we ask our guests and collaborators here in the film strip. And then you share, me share, and our viewers, please write in the comments, what was for you the most inspiring thing? What would you like to have more of? Who wants to start?
Who should go first?
Yeah, you, for instance.
Okay. I really the whole show is very inspiring. So just to be able to get your creativity in a shared space is great for an artist like myself. So getting that viewed and listened to, that's a fun thing. And then it's basically you guys, Heidi and Mark and you, Margarita, who are wonderful people, and you too, Elaine, who are joining in and collaborating together. And just Elaine said it best yesterday when she combined the word, which was facilitation. There it is, right? Facilitators. There it is. Yeah. It's almost like an inner child thing where you're accessing more of your innocent freedom flow state and sharing that with people. And it doesn't matter how young or how old you are, you can just get that part of yourself more alive or more free in your own life, and that I think is wonderful to do. So that was inspiring. Also, just being able to share my music and brought me back to my college days where we did a lot of experiments like dancing experiments and freedom experiments with sound, and um, the wonderful people though that are a part of this is just warms my heart. So I just wanted to say that, give my little 2 cents.
You.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Nice
And
to
what
hear.
you describe is what we want to transport to our watchers. Exactly that they can open up themselves. They might not be able yet to be on screen and do it in public, let's say, but at home they can, And this is, I think, Margarita, it was the sort of sense behind why we did all that. We want to inspire people to step into their creative inner child without fearing, to lose, how do you say, seriosity?
Dignity?
Or dignity. No, this is a part of us.
Yeah.
And this is a very precious part of us, this voice, I would say, the inner voice of this creative child, which has fun and expresses itself. And it is so beneficial for us adults to once in a while step into it.
I so agree with you, Heidi. It's like, wow, many people, like myself, I mean, I'm just working all the time, and there is like lots of times that I choose to work instead of having fun. And then this week has been very, very cool for me, and seeing what other people think is fun. And I think that when you're relaxing inside, you automatically, now it's much more freedom to experience our capabilities and our creativity. I mean, I have to share this grid that I did here with the stones, because that was so cool. Like, how about that? Like, just to play with this thing, and then in the end, just erase it. I mean, this was kind of interesting that you create and then it's gone, and then that's how you can free your mind to you know, you have one thought that maybe wasn't so cool, and then you can stop it and go to something else. This is the same thing with these creative endeavors that we did. We do it for some time and we're engaged 100%, and then we move to something else. Mm-hmm. So if we move in our mind with some kind of negativity we sometimes have, just stop it and go to something else. And this is my takeaway of this, is like that. It's like seeing how other people can actually engage and just get into it. And if you go on the community, you could see some of the pictures of what people have done with this material. Okay.
Yeah, wonderful.
That's what my 2 cents.
Thank you. You see, Mark is working here hard on the side. Maybe we should show a little bit what he is doing.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that? This is a very special champagne, and we want to share that with you afterwards when we have heard Elaine speaking and us.
And in the meantime, I'll figure out how to open this thing.
Okay. Right. Okay, Elaine, to you.
So, of course, I'm going to summarize the meaningfulness of this week with F words. Okay, so this week is all about shifting, breaking down our fences. You know, our walls. We have to defense it, unfence it, and that's easier to do with friends, new friends and old friends. And you know, sometimes if you're new to this area of finding your child self again and playing, you might feel foolish when you do it, but you have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and be a little foolish so that you can be fuelish to freedom, fun, and fulfillment. And of course, it does start with sometimes just faking it, you know, faking your laughter, moving through the discomfort, and then it becomes more natural. I certainly discovered that on nearly every day when getting started, it was a little slow, it was a little awkward, we were warming up, we were exercising our play muscles together. And then it got really, really, really moving into the flow of fun. And then all discovering we can be these facilitators to each other. Imagine each one of you watching, when you expand your capacity to play, you help lift the world. You know, open your vibratory field, you sprinkle your good and happy stuff out into the world. Invest in this time to relearn how to play. Yay! We got to do it this week. Yay!
That's so awesome, Elaine.
And so right. It's so right. And also what you say, the warming up. I mean, as Margarita said, we are not the whole day doing these things, and alone is much more difficult, you know, to sit in the bathroom or and begin to giggle, as Elaine said, as an exercise, no? It seems silly, but when we come together and do it together, it becomes pure fun. And after a while, you know, it's the most natural thing you do, and it is actually. So, do you want to say something? He was often in the background.
I'm back there thinking about being silly in the bathroom, and I wondered what you had in mind. Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
Can you do the gong? Can you do the gong?
The gong? Of course you can do the gong.
For that?
We want to open this now? Is it time?
We made it!
So I have my glass here. Can you fill up?
Oh, certainly here.
You can fill my Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah! Everybody's watching!
I know it's a little early for you guys, but
Yeah, in the afternoon.
just more for us that way.
Cheers.
Mm. And so I want to propose a toast to all of you who has watched this and celebrate with us. So thank you very much for your participation during this whole week. It was a first experiment for Heidi and myself and our facilitators. But I think that we were very successful because we had a great deal of fun. And so we want to continue with that. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Prost.
Bottoms up.
Salute in
Salute.
Italiano.
Prost. And something or other.
So sorry I interrupted you, Mark, there. You can continue.
But you know, this is fun. He likes that, so.
he loves being
This may be the most fun all week, actually, right? Well, I've been sort of off camera much of the time, participating in rather peripheral ways. But I want you to know that I am her emotional support and her full body massage support, you know, all the time. So, as an important part of this team, yes.
Yeah, he is really, and I must give him the celebration moment. Without him, I think all this here I couldn't do.
Yeah.
One is because of the language, because he is helping me a lot. But the other is to have somebody who gives you the feedback and it's up underneath you, holds you. This is so precious, really so precious. And I thank you. I appreciate it a lot.
Oh, wow.
And I wish that everybody have somebody who helps them to come out and to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is being recorded, right?
Yes.
Which is okay. So, good.
Yes, I would forget.
Hey.
Anyway, Margarita, you said we want to go on in some ways. Do you have some ideas, haven't you?
Yeah, I have some ideas, and as Heidi said, each person needs support to actually know how to move further and open up more relaxation and more fun in their life. So Heidi and I was talking about this before the session, and we came to the conclusion that we would like to offer you something that you can do on a monthly basis. And it's all free, so that you don't have to worry about that. And so the free sessions are going to be on our member site, which is a website that it's a private content, and you can participate there with this content in a private setting. So this is so cool. And so we've decided to actually invest this for you so that you can actually create your own platform to actually open up your creativity and have less stress and get balanced in your life in a more harmonious way. And of course, our communication piece here is our community on Google+. So there is a conversation piece on Google+, and then we have the website where you can see the content. So stay tuned. Yes, yeah. So here is the conversation piece. That's on the community, and the content is on our member site. And then if you go into your community and sign up for the member site, you get access to our free sessions every month, and you're going to get more details on that emailed out to you later. So, what do you guys think about that, Scott or Elaine?
Oh, I think it's wonderful. And that's going to be on the Google Plus page, right? That you're showing right there.
This Google
Yes.
Plus page is for the communication between the members.
Okay.
Well, there is no content. You know, the content it is better stored. That's what we have learned in all these many courses we did. It's better stored on a private website, because the content could disappear in some way. You know, we never know. So it's better if it is stored in some other place. And it's all these recordings and future recordings there, or they will all be there. But this is not a place to communicate. It's only to go there, access the content. And we will stream from this site then these new sessions we will offer. They will be all there. And only for people who have subscribed. We might do another fun and relaxations challenge as we did now in some other time, maybe in half a year or something. But in the meantime, we are going on with the discourse. Do you say discourse? Yeah, on the membership site. And for people who have subscribed, they get exclusive access. And the discussion between people who have participated here, this will be on the community on Google Plus, and where you post when you have ideas like you did, Scott and other people, they posted, for instance, the concert with the typewriter and things. This would be on Google Plus, you know, while our content, which we are creating, would be on the membership site, accessible.
That's great. You cleared it up very nicely. That's helpful. Yeah, I think it's wonderful. I was just going to say, Margarita, that I would encourage people to take a look at that content, because there's always the potential that when you get involved, when you are involved in your own life with something, you're activating yourself. You know, so that takes an effort on your part. So becoming integrated in things that people are doing is very beneficial for your creative functions. So just give that as a little thing.
Thank you, Scott.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And creativity we have all creativity, but often it's a little bit hidden, and we need other people to inspire us to get it out. You know, it was for me, for everybody, I think. For many people, at least. For you, Elaine, did you always be so hilarious, laughter?
Yeah, we're always so funny. Jeez.
No, what's really interesting, in my 20s, while I did do some performing and was in plays, but when I think in my private life, I did not laugh. I really didn't know how to laugh. There was a point when I realized I hadn't laughed heartily in a long time. It really wasn't until the last couple of years that I've really explored the laughter thing. I think I have always honored my own inclinations about what I was curious about, and some of those topics have been, you know, fun and lively. Others have been of deep interest. So I've always responded to my own curiosity inclinations. Now they're a little bit more out there now. That's a good thing.
Out there, yes.
Absolutely. And I want to encourage people, because as we are showing up now, if somebody had told me 5 years ago that we would do things like that and be so funny in public, I would say, you're mad. No. Never, I will do that, you know. Yeah. And then, you know, you grow and become more confident, also with the help of other people. And I did a lot of courses and stuff. And, you know, we offer you a little step to come to your own creativity, to your own liberation.
Yeah, and I can say, you know, that I really enjoy the silliness and the give and take and the joking and the pointing fingers and so forth. But I also have a very serious side, and I'm able in other Hangouts to get into those things and have really deep heart-to-heart talks, really brain-to-brain talks sometimes with important people who have written big fat books, and this is not anything I could have done a few years ago. It's because of this technology and this ability to actually be there and see other people as big and important as they may be, as human beings who are talking to me on the screen. We're talking with each other on the screen. And it just absolutely changes the scale of the participation. I'm not the little student, who listening to the words of wisdom. I'm a participant. I'm a peer,
And so are you.
Yeah.
You who are watching. So are you.
Who cares about them? What about me? I'm so different.
I have a question for Scott and also Elaine.
Sure.
In your opinion, all these 7 sessions we have done, do you feel that we have covered most of these in art and music? How would you rate that in your own mind, the combination of the different things we did?
Oh, you want to go first, Elaine? Go ahead.
I think there was a great variety of explorations, because they were ones that got us in touch with our body. They involve movement, they involve sound, they involve visuals, they involve sensing into vibration. I'm sure as you both continue with more exercises, you'll come up with more ideas that that fit perfectly as extensions of all of this. But yeah, I think it was a good mix. I think it was really very risk taking, and so part of that is demonstrating to other people, again, breaking out of your comfort zone, trying new things, and just like that famous Marianne Williamson quote, when you take off your light shade and you let yourself shine, you give other people permission to do the same. And that's really what it's all about.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's our aspiration. That's what we want to do for you who you are watching. And if you liked what we do, spread the voice and let other people know. They can still sign up and get then the replays. Go to the membership site. We will send out the emails and publish it also on the various sites. And they can still do it. And I mean, even in replay, it's still fun. And Scott?
Go ahead, Scott. And then I have a question for Margarita and
Okay,
Sure.
Go ahead, Scott.
Not too much to add, other than that I think that essentially creativity is about some sort of uncomfortable feeling, and that's part of the self that's staying inside that is trying to come outside or come out into the exterior world and be shared with other people. And part of that is like there's a camera and there's the internet and then there's things, and then I might be embarrassed or something like this, but the benefit of expression, which is what we're empowering people to do, which you guys are empowering people to do, is the most important part. And I think that all of the activities were very fun, and it's part of it is a technology thing, trying to figure out how to work with the sound and microphones and computers and all that stuff. But yeah, overall, it's a wonderful exercises and safe, friendly people.
Safe, friendly people.
Thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
That warms our heart, really. So Heidi, what's your takeaway for
Wait a
doing
minute.
this?
Elaine wanted to ask something.
Okay.
Oh, my question related to for the folks who could not attend the live sessions, when they go to the membership site and watch the individual sessions, are they watching the YouTube videos, or are they accessing even like a link back into the Crowdcast?
No, it is
The
played
YouTube?
out on the actual web page. It goes to YouTube, obviously.
It's
But
the YouTube play then. Okay. That was
Yeah,
my
and
question.
yeah, because we may upload it on another platform maybe in the future, but the replays that we have now, they go back to YouTube, and they will be unlisted, so you can't see it unless you're coming into the membership. Because we want to keep it together. You know?
There will be public, the ones we did public. Like today, I announced it on Google Plus, and also last Thursday and last Sunday. They will be public, and the others will be unlisted. So, okay, my takeaway, for me, it's incredible what can come out, and to find these allies to work together and to explore things. It's, I get passionate about that. And as you know, my passion is music, and is music therapy, and is getting empowered, as you said so nicely before. I think, Scott, you said that. This is really what I want to bring out, and this was the first step to put it into internet, because so far I had people around me which I could touch, and never did these things online. So for me it was on one side a challenge, on the other side a source of great satisfaction. Thank you.
Awesome.
I think we are arrived, and we are far over time. I think we wrap up with another class of
Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly.
And while you do this, I will say welcome and thank you for everybody who actually participated with us. And do see the links near this video if you see the replays, so that you can actually also take part of this fun and relaxation challenge and make it your own. So, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye.
Drink.